Now, one more understanding of moon. You know, you know the story Moon married the 27 daughters of Daksha. So Daksha Prajapati gave his 27 daughters to Moon and he married to them all. So these are the 27 nakshatras. In Jyotish, we call it 27 nakshatras are there. So those 27 nakshatras are the wives of Moon. So in transit, what happens? We say Moon is transiting to every nakshatras. Okay, so Moon with every transit, Moon is changing. Moon is reaching to different vibes. We're spending time with one more vibes like this in transit. So Moon moves through them one after another. Because of this movement, time become divided. We know date, tithi, festivals, month, and many daily timings due to moon movement in these nakshatras. And there is a complete dedicated subject on it. We call it nakshatra. So the whole study of nakshatra based on this concept. Okay, so moon and sun, both are timekeeper in Jyotish. Moon is one of them. Always understand sun gives you a broader life direction and moon gives you experience of time. This is the difference between moon and sun. That is why in daily prediction, transit reading, muhurta, prashna, everywhere moon becomes very, very important. If you want fast result or daily result, always pay attention to the moon movement. What is your today's mind, today's mood, today's comfort, today's public response, comfort, discomfort, everything related to the moon. Every day just observe moon. Today moon is in which nakshatra, which rashi. Try to understand it. Every day just read this transit. So you will see some pattern. There is another important story with the moon. Moon loved Rohini more than other wives, more than other nakshatras. So Rohini is a favorite nakshatra of moon. So what happens? He did not give equal time to all wives, due to which Daksha, this made Daksha angry, and he cursed Moon with the Kshaya Roga. We call it Kshaya Roga. Kshaya Roga means what? What we call in English? Wasting
Leprosy.
disease.
Tuberculosis, sir.
Leprosy, kind
Leprosy.
of it.
Yes.
Wasting disease also we call it. Kshaya Roga. So Moon, which should nourish all, now become partial. So nourishment turned into decline. This is the biggest mistake of Moon. So what is the lesson behind this story? Moon suffers when there is attachment, when there is emotional, what we call favoritism, overindulgence, selective love, imbalance. If you have this behavior, understand your moon is afflicted. No need to see your chart. These all are symptoms of afflicted moon. You are a pet lover, you love dogs, but you don't like cat. Same thing. Same manner, okay? Emotional favoritism, attachment. You love pets, you love dogs, cats and all. But you also eat non-veg. That is your favorite dish. Favoritism. Okay, maybe I'm wrong, so don't take wrong. Okay, but this is how moon become eclectic. Simple. No matter if your moon is well placed, but due to your own kriyaman karma in this life, you are spoiling your moon. This is what moon already did. There are a lot of understanding in this story, correct? So I'm just giving you one understanding of it. Overindulgence, selective love is what we call moon suffers. So moon must flow. If moon gets stuck in one desire, okay, then your mind becomes weak. Your moon automatically becomes weak, and all character of moon suffers. Okay, so don't never stuck in one desire. So if you have afflicted moon, it shows emotional partiality, attachment based suffering. You see, such person may love one person too much and ignore others. For them, own child is own child, okay, but other childs they don't care. Okay, so you can't argue. Okay, mother is mother. Mother is if mother have that emotion, that emotion should be there for other students also, and other kid. I don't understand this. If moon is afflicted, you see that person become emotionally obsessed. They lose balance in relationship. You see, many of them, na, in their own life also, they suffer due to favoritism in family or in profession. Note down this pattern. If if you in your own life have this pattern of favoritism, na, so in your family or in profession also you have to face this. You will feel okay, your boss is favoring that, but he is not favoring you. The moon will give result very quickly in the same life. You don't have to wait for next birth. In this life only you will see the result. Okay. Or if you feel mentally weak, whenever your attachment break, that is the symptom of moon affliction. And all these are practical. Okay, so you don't need to see horoscope. Okay, if you seeing these qualities in your life, it means your moon is afflicted. Then
Sir, and this holds true with the 90% of the population.
yes. That's why I'm saying moon easily get affected. So this can be seen especially when moon is joined with Venus, Rahu. There's one more popular story. Okay, after Daksha curse, moon became critically weak due to this that wasting disease or leprosy, whatever it is. There are two versions of it. Some says, okay, Rishi Atri intervened and he saved him. Some says, with the blessings of Lord Shiva, he get cured from this particular disease. Okay, so when moon is afflicted, it can show decline, depletion, or loss of immunity, emotional exhaustion, or fluid imbalance. These are the common disease you can see with the moon affliction. There's one more story. Okay, last story we take for today. The dark side of moon. There are a lot of negative stories of moon, but we discuss only one. Rest of things you also read. So moon became arrogant because of his beauty, power, and prosperity. So in that fallen condition of mind, he abducted Tara, the wife of his own guru, Brahaspati, Jupiter. Now this is not a small mistake. Okay, this we consider as a collapse of ethics. So this story teaches that moon is not always soft and saintly person. If moon is afflicted, then mind can become deeply disturbed. Those person can do any kind of activity. The kind of activity which is not considered good in society. Moon is mind, correct? When mind loses the dharma, the person may commit action which later bring them shame, scandal, guilt, and suffering. Loses the dharma means now you are ignoring dharma, you are ignoring the Jupiter. That's what moon did, no? Ignoring Jupiter and abduct Tara. So in return, what you receive, you bring shame, scandal, guilt, and suffering in your life. So badly afflicted moon can show poor judgment, moral confusion, emotional lust, impulsive acts also, scandals, especially relationship scandals, and temporary blindness due to desire. It means you're not able to understanding what you are doing at this moment. You don't know what is wrong and right. You're just doing it. So afflicted moon can spoil judgment even with the intelligent people, no matter how much intelligent you are. But if you have afflicted moon, your moon can spoil judgment. A person may have good education, good status, even a decent chart. Everything is good in their chart. But if moon is very, very afflicted in their chart, that one emotional moment can destroy many good things. So never judge only by intelligence like Mercury and all. Also see the moon. Because the intelligence of Mercury is useless with the afflicted moon. We require both. Because intelligence may know the right thing, but moon decides whether that person can stay emotionally steady enough to do the right thing. That's why moon is important. And there is another popular dictum when moon is connected with the fifth house, seventh house, eighth house. Okay, 5, 7, 8. Venus, Mars are connected, or Venus Rahu is connected, Mars Rahu is connected. In any of these combination, in this affliction can give relationship scandal. Okay, emotionally dangerous involvement in relationship. Now, this kind of sutra, okay, don't use them carelessly. Okay, have some maturity before you apply these things on the chart. Be careful, examine this, then you predict. I think we have discussed many stories. Okay, and yes, one more thing I would like to add here: to purify moon from his sins. Okay, the curse given by Daksha and everything. No, to purify the moon from his sins and suffering, the moon was washed and restored. Lord Shiva placed one half of the moon on his head. Okay, that form of Lord Shiva we call Chandrasekhara. There's a form of Lord Shiva, Chandrasekhara. You know that story. That story means Shiva does not destroy moon. Shiva controls the moon. Okay, so this means mind does not become pure by force. You can't force moon or mind. Mind becomes pure when it comes under what tapas, wisdom, detachment, spiritual discipline. We require all these things. So the powerful remedy for moon is Shiva Tattva. Okay, chanting, doing remedies for Shiva, Lord Shiva. Mantra-based remedies. I already explained it. Silence. It means Mauna Vrata. Meditation. Surrender. Sattva. Sattva is one of the best remedies. Now, what is the sattva? Any activity that brings sattva in you. Do those kind of activity as much as possible. Now search about it. Okay. How to increase your sattva. So like this, moon remedies, you can do small remedies. Okay, you will see results. You know, in Brihat Jatak, I think in second chapter, if I'm not wrong, second chapter or third chapter, you just verified. There's a rule. Say moon shows bodily rhythm, and Mars shows force. Mars. Rhythm and force, moon and Mars. So whenever moon and Mars join together, it indicates blood rhythm. Blood rhythm. Moon is rhythm, Mars is blood. Cycle related changes, menstruation cycles, we call it. And a heat and fluid interaction, emotional reaction in the body. Okay, Moon and Mars. These two planets are important. So I'm giving you a big indication. Okay, so any cycle related problems or anything is there. So you need to see Moon and Mars, these two planets. Okay, there is a complete chapter on it on Brihat Jatak. It's a sutra for it. Obviously, that is very complicated sutra. It's not easy to apply as it looks. So with your birth charting, you need to merge transit also. So if this pair, Moon and Mars, is well placed, it gives you vitality and active emotional response. If it is afflicted, then it can give irritability, inflammatory fluid issues, hormonal disturbances. Moon rules cycles as well as moon rules repetition and change. Everything is moon. There's one more popular yoga, Gajakesari yoga, that is also moon. Now we will discuss this Gajakesari yoga in a separate lecture, complete lecture we need. Because there are many exceptions for the Gajakesari yoga. Okay.